Welcome everybody to the Kirbside warehouse. We have recently moved in here. Well, I say recently, it's been a few months now, but it's taken us quite a while to get all of this racking sorted out. A lot of the equipment is on the van for some jobs we've got on tomorrow. But that's not what you're here for. You are here for today's episode 10 and how we bought a whole pressure washing setup off of TEMU. And well, more importantly, does it work? and then secondly, how much money we can lose in one episode. Because typically in my fashion, I've decided to do a free job. Well, I say free job, it's for my mother-in-law, where we're going to test out all these products and see where we get with it. Right, so set you up quickly. You'll be pleased to know that it is actually quite a dirty driveway we've got to clean, so it'll be quite satisfying. But I'll go through with you what we've bought and then we'll unbox it all, have a look at it, and then we'll get to the cleaning. So it turns out that there's actually not a hell of a lot of pressure washing equipment available on TEMU. I thought it'd be teeming with stuff, but it's actually more stuff that you can use to turn your garden hose into a pressure washer. And I have actually bought a sort of gun for the garden hose with a turbo nozzle on the end of it. So we will test that out and see how that goes. It'll be a bit of fun. Let's see what else I've got written down here. So, right, well, yeah, straight into it, I guess. So we have got a jetter for unblocking drains. We recently spoke about that on one of our podcast episodes, actually. If you want to watch the podcast, the link will be in the description below. But there won't be any blocked drains, so I won't be able to test it, but I'll test its functionality if I can, if I've got the correct fittings to test it. And we'll have a look at it. If not, I'll find a job in the future where we can test it out properly. We got a turbo nozzle for £6.69. Sorry, that jetter was £5.28. The turbo nozzle £6.69. And interestingly, we got it in red, but it also comes in black and blue, both of which more than £1 more expensive than the red one. All 0.4 nozzles, so don't know what's going on there. We got an extension piece for the lance, so not sure how that's going to go down, but we will test it nonetheless. We got a rinser on wheels, which I've seen online. I've never really seen anyone using them, but we got one and we'll test it out. We've got a snow foam for applying Hypo, so we'll see how long that lasts and whether it's even worth getting one. So the rinser was £23.49, the snow foam was £6.61. And then we also got another extension kit, which comes with a range of stuff, which we'll go through in a minute. And that was £27.89. Now, I appreciate that you could have got I did have a trigger from TEMU, which I've reviewed in a previous video. That worked exactly the same as my normal triggers, so I'm not using that today. I'm just going to use my trigger, because otherwise I won't be able to change the fittings and everything on the whole pressure washer setup. It's going to be a nightmare. And then obviously we got the hose to the turbo, which was £4.48. You can also buy reels, like hose reels for pressure washers on TEMU, but they're not rated as highly as my pressure washer. And again, I would have had to buy more fittings to attach it to the current setup I'm using. So that just wasn't going to go down well. Right, so we'll jump over to the table quickly and unbox everything. And I'll remind you again of all the prices as we unbox it and see how we go. Right, so I'm going to do my best to get, so this is the turbo, hose turbo. It looks like you can open it and close it, so I'm not holding out too much hope for it, but it's quite good quality. That was £4.48. Just go standard garden hose fitting on there. Yeah, I think it looks good, feels good. But I'm not holding out hope that it's going to work perfectly. I'm going to pause the video quickly and get some better lighting. 1 second.
We noticed recently that only a small percentage of our viewers actually subscribe to our channel, so if you do like the content, please consider subscribing, guys. It's free and it takes half a second.
What we've got. Alright, so we're just doing one at a time. That's the box for the turbo nozzle. It has already come out. You can see they come in black, blue and red. I don't know why they're more money in other colours. But nothing's ticked on the side, but I can confirm, I don't know if you can see it on there, it's a 0.4 knot. I've bought these cheap turbo nozzles before. They always rattle inside. They're very light. Not 100% how that's going to perform, but as we said, we will give it a go. Right, then onto the snow foam, I guess. So yeah, that turbo nozzle was £6.69. This snow foam was £6.61. So these are almost the same price. So that goes, oh, that goes on there, I guess, like that. That goes in there. That. There we go, locked in, and mini quick connector on the end, just making sure. And then I guess we've got an adjustment valve on there. It's almost like an X-Jet. I'd be interested to see how that one performs actually. So that looks like it should perform as it should perform. Now this is the extension lance. Now if this works very well, then this is going to be a great alternative to buying a whole new lance. So if you've already got like an 800mm lance, and it's just not quite long enough, I believe that's 40 centimetres, 30 or 40 centimetres, I can't remember, but that's £6.48. And if that works without any leaks or anything like that, I mean it feels very well put together, then that could be the perfect extension. Oh, there's the jetter, and again it's got little holes in the side, little hole in front. It doesn't look like it shouldn't work, but we will test it. That was £5.28. Now what have we got here? Right, so this was our most expensive purchase. So this was £27.89, and this is the full-on different nozzles. I don't really know what to say about it. So I guess that goes into preferably your gun, your trigger, and then on the end there you can then screw these different attachments. So you've got one with just, which is almost exactly the same as that. You've got one that's just an extension, that's just an extension, 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 and then a curved one. So there could be some quite interesting possibilities for this actually. We will test that out. Oh, and we've got a more angled one, which will probably be good for watering the plants. We will test them out. Alright, and then finally, we have got, are we still, yeah, still see us. Okay, this bit of kit. Now that is nice and heavy. It's decent casters on there. That is, I'm assuming, the quick connect. Yeah, there's some glue on that. So the quick connect will go into the gun, I guess. So now to me that looks like that's going to blast water towards me. So when we test that one might be a loser, but we will get cracking. And we're going to go to the job now. I've just got to go do a quick test patch on a roof for another customer on the way there. We will get set up and we'll go through the different things, see if we can clean the whole driveway using just this equipment, and then at the end we'll go through what we spent, what the job cost us, and do episode 10 of the spreadsheet and see where we're at the end of episode 10. But yeah, we'll catch you shortly, guys. Right, here we are at the job. It's a pretty mucky one, lots of weeds, lots of growth. It should be a nice transformation. I have done it before. It's a little bit puddly in the middle. Yeah, quite mossy. So just so you guys can see what we're doing here. So this is the cheap turbo nozzle. We're going to install that. We'll test this at the end, I think. And I don't think we'll test that today because that's not really part of the wet pressure washing setup. But we'll have a go at that in a future date, and we'll definitely test that for rinsing down. We've got the snow foam ready for afterwards, so you can see we are going to take our very, very expensive one we usually use off. He says our very, very cheap shitty one on. Now we're going to start over here, assuming the turbo nozzle doesn't explode, and yeah, should be good fun. Let's get going. Turbo nozzle is not certified. That is crap. Do not buy that. Get rid of it. About halfway through, I'll start probably getting a bit of back pain using this shorter line. So I'm going to put the extension on, see how we get on with it. I can confirm that the extension is certified. It is working very well. Yeah, can't complain. That was a good purchase. £6 well spent, definitely recommend.
reckon this works? I reckon not. That's another certified purchase. Incredible.
Right, I've got the wife coming to help me. I think can't do the trousers up. We've cleaned the driveway. Well done, well done. Gonna clean the driveway, wash down all the walls. Just thinking, if only I had a device to help me wash. I'm on the bloody camera, you bellend. Yeah, this is going on YouTube, by the way. So we're gonna give this a go and see if this works. I don't think it will. I think the jets have been installed on the wrong side. I cannot work out for the life of me how that's meant to push anything along the ground. It don't. Fires in the air. If you hold it down like that, yeah, no good. Sometimes it's best to stick to what you know. Right, I've washed all the driveway down. I'm going to quickly test the snow foam and get the chemical down and then tidy up that road because it's fairly mucky at the moment. I'll pick up all that muck and wash it all down. So I'll get that done quickly. See how this goes. But overall it was a great success. There's a couple of products that we weren't sure about, which we'll go through shortly when we get to the spreadsheet. But yeah, all in all I think it was actually a very good, oh I can't see what I'm doing there, good buy. So we are going to resand this driveway as well, so I'll probably get that on film. So there's a bit more satisfaction coming if you want to stick around. And if you want to find out how much money we spent total, or how much we lost on this job, then stick around to the spreadsheet and we'll see where we're at. So one thing we haven't tested is the hose to turbo nozzle attachment. Now don't hold your breath. Pretty decent. If you need to water the hanging plants, but other than that, no good at all. What a shame.
Right, so it is the next morning. We are in the garage. We've got the heater on because it is very cold. And I've got my bag of goodies. So we're going to go through quickly exactly what was good, what wasn't good. I don't even know the turbo nozzle is in here. This crap. Don't buy cheap turbo nozzles. Absolutely no good at all. Enough said on that. The extension lance. Very, very, very good alternative to buying an additional lance. Now, obviously, an additional lance has got its positives. It's good to have two. It's good to have a spare and whatnot. But if your trigger uses a mini quick connect on the exit. That can just be used as a lance on its own, which again is quite a handy size to have. So very, very good purchase, that one. Yeah, certified. This thing with all the extension poles, I didn't think this was going to work. I was very, very shocked when it did work. It worked very well. I probably wouldn't recommend using it at full extension. But if you needed to, say for example, water some hanging plants that were quite high up, or even potentially just clean like a seal at the top, it would do the job. Yeah, I probably wouldn't put the turbo on the end of it, shooting upwards. But again, very, very happy with that purchase. The snow foam worked extremely well. It might not look like it in the video, but it really did work very well. I was very, very happy with how it came out, and bearing in mind that an X-Jet is, I think, about £210 for £7. That's a great alternative. And again, I don't know how long it would last with Hypo going through it. Obviously I only used it once, it's been fine. It doesn't look like there's any sort of deterioration to the parts. It is mainly plastic, which is good, but worked perfectly. Would definitely recommend, if you don't want to invest in an X-Jet straight away, get a cheap snow foam, worked perfectly. If you don't want to invest in additional lance, get an extension, worked very, very well. Now, the one thing I was more disappointed with was this thing. Now, it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. It either goes like that and shoots at the ground and pushes all the dirt towards you, but then it's not on the wheels, or it goes like that and pushes shoots the water up into the sky. Am I out of focus? There we go. Complete rubbish. And for sort of 25 quid, crap. Right, let's go over to the spreadsheet. We'll total up what we've spent on this job, and update it all, and then that'll be job done. Speak to you in a sec. So, welcome back to the profit spreadsheet. It's been a while since I've done one of these videos. I got married a couple of weeks ago and I've been on a honeymoon, so it's nice to be back. But as I mentioned at the start, we didn't charge anything for this first job back. That's a £0. Let's put the little, no, not that one, that one, no, not that one, that one, that one. £0 price charge job. It's for my mother-in-law, so no win there for me. Right, so some equals some, that one. Cool. Right, so just to break down what we spent on this job then. I bought that garden hose for turbo nozzle a little while ago. That was £4.48. Excuse me, a bit of a cough this morning. The total of all of the equipment we bought off TEMU to do this video was £76.42. We used 2 bags of sand, and I haven't bought sand in a long time because now Dan does all the sanding, and I've got a deal going with him. But when you buy sand per bag, I think he buys it sort of bigger in bulk, but that was £7.20 a bag, so £15 in sand, which I was a bit shocked at, and £5 in chemical. Obviously no fuel on this one because you know, I was there anyway, but that puts us at a total of £100.90 for this job, which brought our profit down by £101 unfortunately, but we're still above the £3,000 mark, which is great. And then I've got a few more jobs booked in for the upcoming weeks, so hopefully I've got at least a few more jobs in the pipeline for the series, and hopefully we can hit the 5,000 profit before the end of the year. That'd be nice. I know it's slowing down now for a lot of people, but we'll keep our fingers crossed and we'll go from there. See you in the next one, guys. I hope you enjoyed.